welcome to Brno. Before we explore, let's take a room tour. Before the full room tour, make sure you stay to the end because there's something special about this place. And it's not what you think. The hallway! Yeah, I know. It's not much, but it's there. And there's a washing machine. Yeah, clean clothes. The entire kitchen. It's not big, but it has utensils, pots and pans. No dishwasher this time. We have to wash up in our hands. But it has everything else. The television. No, it's not big. My son's bed, me and my girlfriend's bed. Yeah, it's the same room, but we have to make do. The entertainment area where we can look at the television. Yeah, it'll make do. And then we have the big masterful bathroom. Yeah, it's seriously not big, but it's there and it is usable. So all in all, quite a fair apartment. I will leave down below what it's called. One crazy thing about this apartment is that the landlord, she does not speak English. She speaks Ukrainian, yeah, not English, Ukrainian, so we had to translate using Google Translate. It's better than nothing. And of course, right outside our apartment this time, we have the Museum for Romani Culture. And I will be visiting it, hopefully. Otherwise, I have my last video from Brno, from my entire trip to Brno, where I have a visit of that museum. So make sure you stay tuned to see if it's in this episode, otherwise it will be in the description. One of the things you must visit here in Brno is this atomic clock. And how to tell the time on it is fairly simple. From here, where I'm standing, you turn around and there's a city watch right there somewhere. I really can't see it on my little screen, but it is there. That's how you tell the clock. But it's a fascinating piece of sculpture, this one. It has a bit of a phallus feeling about it, but that's just me. So for the next attraction we're headed for, it's a bit of a climb. It is not as steep as some of the other places we've been during this trip, but it's a little bit of a climb. An absolutely must visit is the Spielberg Castle here in Brno. It's a beautiful old castle. It's the old castle of the town. It has a great rich history, which I describe in my other video about Brno, so I'll link to it down in the description. But make sure that you stick around to the end of this video before clicking that. But it is an absolutely must visit. The big, beautiful castle. Well, it is not the most beautiful castle I've been to, but the location of it is damn striking. The view from this top over the city is so special, and you will not find it anywhere else in this city. So make sure that you come up here, visit the castle, go in there, take the tour. It takes 1.5 to 2 hours to get around the entire castle. Besides that, take in the beautiful view from up here. Alright, so we are here at the underground part of Brno, yeah, and a labyrinth beneath the cabbage square, which should be quite interesting, so I'm looking forward to seeing it and giving you my honest review of this, because the lady at the cash register, oh, she was so service-minded. It was high-level service, but I'm interested to see how the tour is. The guide is only in Czech, but we have gotten Danish and English translations with us, just to make sure. It's interesting, let me say it like that. So let's head in and get that tour. So we did just finish the tour of the labyrinth underneath the cabbage square, the vegetable square as they translate it to. And yeah, here We entered over there and walked, God knows how long time under there. It was roughly an hour, but it is definitely worth it. And some people will say, oh, it's a tourist trap. No, it's actually not. It's fairly cheap to get in there. The ticket for the three of us was the same price as I usually give to a museum in Denmark. So yeah, no touristy trappy thing there. Second part of it is that you actually get a lot for your money. So we enjoyed it, and it is definitely worth a visit to see the underground of Brno under the vegetable or the cabbage square. I simply cannot find, because I hear different translation of that square every time. So if you know the right answer, please write it in the comment, because I'm actually curious about it. When you walk around here in the center of Brno, be mindful, because this pedestrianized street has trams. Yeah, it's not as pedestrianized, there's just no cars. So people tend to walk right out in the middle on the main square and this road behind me. Be mindful of that, because in a head-on collision against a tram, you'll lose. It's as simple as that. But nevertheless, keep your wits about you and make sure that when you are walking, you do it in a safe way. Right next to the Church of St. James, which is currently under renovation, but it's a beautiful church, just as you can see right here. I urge you to go in. It's free. It's a great experience for a great big church place. But right next to it, down this staircase, you will find the Brno Underground. Is it a tourist trap? No. Is it worth the 100 Czech coronas? Yes. It actually is, but be warned, it is not as big as other YouTubers might present it as. I got the feeling in there that it should have been bigger. But basically it is an old tomb they found during some renovation when a construction worker fell down there. And well, they have made a great experience out of it. It's a bit macabre. It's a bit disgusting with all the faces and all the skulls, but it is also a great piece of art and a great piece of history, and a place where you can really feel small. So it is definitely worth a visit. Just don't expect it to be as big as you will see on other channels. That's my honest advice for you. An honest opinion from an honest guy who's just on a friendly family vacation. And let's head further on and see if there's something interesting out there we can find. Only a hop and a skip away from the atomic clock, you'll find one of the other must-see attractions, St. Peter and Paul's Cathedral, or Cathedral of St. Peter and Paul, depending on where you look at it. And this is a damn beautiful church. Outside you can see the beautiful architecture. It's a little dark some places from pollution, air pollution. And inside it is one of the most beautiful churches in this country. It has the beautiful decor, the beautiful Jesus statues, the beautiful altar. So yeah, it is a damn beautiful church. Let's see if we can find something even more interesting than this. When you stand in the shadow of this church, you sense how big it is. And it is big. But you also get the sense of this divine building architecture idea, which makes it such an iconic church for the time it was built. So if you walk around to the back side of the church, you will find a little path down. And from here you have a great vantage point for a view over some of Brno city. It is not the central of the city, it's the outskirts of the city, but it is a fantastic sight. And if you're a train buff, then right over there is the station. So you can also spot some trains. I'm not the biggest train buff, but some of you might be. But it's a great place to just get an overview, get a little bit away from the hustle and the bustle of the city. And one final thing about the church. If you're going up there, be prepared for the steep climb. It's a bit steep, there are stairs, but it's still a steep climb up to the church. You can walk around slowly up, like walking here where we are now, where we're walking a little bit below the church and a few stairs here and there. But the most direct path is a steep climb. unfortunately. By now you might ask, Brno, is it a city for shopping? Or since most of you watching this are men, my girlfriend asked, is it a place for shopping? Yes sir, it is. And it is fairly cheap, at least compared to other places, so it is definitely worth shopping here. And Brno has plenty of, well, malls and shops down in the city. But I prefer the malls because locals also shop here, which means the prices are cheaper than they are in the touristy part of town. So we are just sitting down for dinner at Burger King. Whoop, whoop. But we've been out shopping. We've been out shopping quite a lot, as you can see. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, I got a new shirt, a new t-shirt. My son got 3 new t-shirts. Oh, new t-shirts. And my girlfriend got a new dress and a new shirt, and I will put up a picture. That's much easier to see how much we actually got. But the price, 3,000 coronas, or how you pronounce these. They remind me so much of the Danish pronunciation of krona, which, well, it messes with my mind. But the 3,000 is this much in pound and dollars. Yeah, it's cheap for all that clothes. But be mindful, it really depends on where you're shopping. So look at the prices, you will sometimes be able to get it dirt cheap down here.